Hello guys, so come with me as I teach you how to apply for the joint application for schools in Finland 2024. And since some people have been complaining on my comment section that they have been having trouble applying for the joint application that started on the 28th of August 2024 and it's ending on the 11th of August 2024. So here is a full guide on how you can go about it. So opening to studyinfo.fi, there will be an application form there that you see and you click on view application form and it's going to take you to this browser. This browser contains two forms, which is how do you want to access the application form. So this is basically for the joint application to higher education autumn 2024. And the application form, you can either log in to apply or you can prefer no logging in and you apply. So I am just going to use the option where you will not log in because I know most people that are applying for this are not in Finland yet. So those who are in Finland can just identify themselves using their bank details, and those who are not in Finland yet, they can then log in using not to be identified. So when you click on that, you're going to have join application to higher education autumn, and here is the form itself. And they say application starts on the 28th of August 2024 and ends on September 11, 2024. So how to fill in the application form, and that will give you a guide on how to go about the application form and everything. So you're going to scroll down to the place where the application will begin. If you have questions about the application or admission order, please contact this. They have given an info. And there's a point that says that you can only select 6 schools, and your process of selection is like the most preferred school come first and maybe the second preference. So you are selecting based on your preferences, so that in case you are being accepted into your first school, they cancel the rest immediately. So if you are accepted into your second school, they cancel third, fourth, fifth, and they can consider to leave you on the waiting list for the first one. So that's why you have to select your school in order of preference. And in case, let's say that you choose the third school, and the third school you are being selected in it after the exam and the selection process begin, you are being selected into the third school, they are going to cancel your fourth and fifth school seat school immediately. And your first and second schools, they will leave you there like for the waiting list in case you are being accepted. Then you can have the options of probably having different choices to make. So selecting your schools is very important. That's why before even applying, you should have known which school you want to apply to. You know the school, you know your categories and what you were going to consider first. So after that, you're going to have application options. And in this application options, they say add study program. So what you will do is to click on add study program, and you're going to have the study programs that you can have. You can either search on it directly from search for study program, or you can scroll down to add your study program. Like I said, you should start adding from the most preferred study program to the least preferred study program. So you have options to add up to 6 study programs in this list. So I'm just taking this for an example. Like if I want to register for the joint application exam, so I'm going to select like 6 schools. I just did this out of random, not like I am actually registering for it. So I have selected Bachelor of Engineering Energy Technology full time. I have selected Bachelor of Healthcare Nursing, and I've also selected Bachelor of Healthcare Nursing. This is for New Puro, and I've selected other schools to show you how this selection process can be done. So you just keep adding on based on what you want. Remember, before doing this, you should have already known which school you want to apply to. Maybe you have put a lot of factors in place first being the location, second the tuition fee first, sorry, tuition fee, then the location and other things. So after doing your seat selections, 6 schools, you're going to go to the personal information. In the personal information section, you're expected to fill first your first name or your given names, then your preferred name, which is usually just your first name. It automatically comes there. So like what I did here, and you also have your surname or your family name. Please make sure you fill your names in order. Your names are very important in this aspect, according to what is in your passport, because you're going to use your passport for identification when you want to write the joint application exams. So you should take this very seriously while filling your details. Then you have the nationality, where you are. If you are in Cameroon, Nigeria, or wherever you are, you have to just indicate it there. Do you have a Finnish personal identity code? No. So when you say no, they are going to like give you all of this detail. Date of birth, we give you, and you put in your date of birth, you put in your gender, put in your place and country of birth, and the passport number, your nationality ID card, your national ID card number. You also have to key in your national ID card number and other details that are required in this personal information section. Like I said, these details are very important, so you have to pay keen attention to every single detail that you are filling in, because all of what you have filled here is what will be used to either contact you or identify you if in case you are being selected to continue with the admission process, or in case or to continue with the admission process, which means that even during the exam, what they usually do is that they ask you to come in with your passport. So you're going to bring your passport, and before you start the exam, you show your passport to them. They are going to see what they are looking for first, maybe your passport number and then your name and your face. So those are the things that they are keen about and try to identify before you even start your orals. So it's really, really important that you put in the right details when applying. So in this section, we have permission. This is mostly about consent. If your information that you have keyed in into their website can be used for the purpose of which it's meant to be used for. So you just have to like accept it and give your consent. And you choose the language in which they can contact you. I choose English language. So for this section, you have your educational background. So in this case, you basically have your educational background. So this section says that bachelor's or master's doctorate degree completed outside Finland, and just gonna click on it. Then you have the year of completion, the degree level, higher education institute, country of completion. So you're going to fill this with the details of your school. Maybe if you have many schools, like maybe you completed a bachelor's degree and also a master's degree, then you are just going to like add and then indicate the degree that you want. So you can add as many certificates as many certificates as possible in this box. Just keep pressing add and you have the details that you can fill in, the details of your certificate. So here they ask you if you have completed the lower secondary education and stuff like that. So you're just going to click yes and you fill the year and the country that you completed it. And in this section you say, have you completed university applied sciences in Finland? I said no. So this red alert is because I clicked on some schools that was meant just for Finnish students and not for, or for EU students and not for non-EU students, and I had to go back and remove that school from my list. So I just removed and going back to continue to see if it's clear. So there's also a different indication, which means that I still have to go remove the school that is not meant for international students. So when I did that, I then had a way I could still add other schools after removing this two. So once you remove, you can decide to replace the schools that you have moved by with another school which is allowed for international students. But I decided not to replace because I'm just doing an example here, a draft on how you can go about the application. So it's not important for me, but for you who is registering and applying for this, it's important. So you have to like replace it with two other schools if you want. This is also to widen your options of selections. So yeah. So once you do that, there is a section to put in documents, and in this case they'll ask you which documents that you need that you should use to identify you, and they're asking if you have a identity card for EU, Switzerland, stuff like that, and I just click I do not have. And then um if I had a space that I could upload, but I don't have, so I'm an international student and I will participate in the UAS, University of Applied Sciences joint exam autumn 2024. So I said yes, and there are options now. Which language will I prefer? I prefer English language. So they are trying to let me know now that if I want to apply for this, I will need an English language international exam certificate like ARIT, like Duolingo for some people. And so if you have any proficiency certificate for English language, then you can upload here. So if you don't have, you can't continue with this application. So I clicked on yes. So that this key is very important. If you don't have, you cannot continue with the application. Once you have to upload it here. So you have to upload it here. And the next is the personal identifier. So in the case of your personal identifier, they simply want to know if you have the Finnish matriculation number or international baccalaureate and stuff like that. But since I don't have, they are just going to get to me via email address, because I will fill my email address there. So I'll leave my email address here, the one that they are going to contact me using it. So yeah, this one too is very important. If you don't put the right email address or the same email address that you are using frequently, then you might miss them when they contact you for the exam date and stuff like that. So you should be careful with that. And then this is for identification. You also have to make sure that for your identification you're going to use a passport or something, but basically it's a passport. So here is for a PIN code. So usually they'll ask you to put a PIN code which you will use to log in during the examination. So this PIN code, you should always try to keep it somewhere safe that you can remember it when logging in. Yeah. So this part is for identification document for the international exam. Which of them are you using? And like I said, basically for international students, most times it's just the passport that you use, and you have to also upload it here. So every document that you have to show them or to use, you must upload it here first. So they have to make sure that what you show them at the end is the same thing that you submitted now. So which means that those documents have to be ready now before maybe later processes. And so I'm just indicating here your passport number. So you have to put your passport number here, because they are going to search that when you show your passport during the oral exams. So here is a space for you to upload your passport. So you are going to scan it based on, I think, yeah, so you are going to scan the PDF of it and submit there separately. So these are just some additional restrictions that they had to write here, and consent forms and stuff like that. So which is for you to read, and then you indicate whether it's a yes or a no. And this is for graduation date of upper secondary level. So you have to choose the upper secondary level. Yeah. I later on choose I've completed upper secondary education outside Finland. That's for high school or senior secondary. And I have received the final diploma. So when I have to choose it. So when I choose it, I have to also fill the year that I completed. Now for Metropolitan University of Applied Sciences, so they want to know if I've completed any university degree before I said yes. And there's also a part there that I will have to upload all my degree certificates there. And also, yeah. So this all of these other ones are just additional things that they are giving me because I chose some particular universities up there. This might not be found in all the application based on where you choose. So some universities might decide to like add that additional criteria for you to be selected in their school which you are going to upload there. So after that, you can preview here, you can view here, you can edit the form, but you only submit only once. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope that this will help you to go through this process swiftly. See you in my next video. Bye.